Hi. So today I wanted to talk more about fine motor skills, something I call in-hand manipulation, or our ability to move things in our hand just using our fingers and the muscles of our hand. So I have today some activities that use coins, and I like to use real coins. They have a different feeling than like plastic ones, and you can probably go find some by digging around the house or maybe in your couch cushions. I also have with me today a muffin, like cupcake tin, and some cupcake liners. The other thing that I have for my activities is just a coffee can. You could get any kind of container and then cut a space in the top, like making a piggy bank. Or if you have a piggy bank at home, use your piggy bank. So in each of my cupcake liners is kind of my first activity. I have an amount. In this one, I've got 85 cents. I know it's going to be kind of backwards. And in this one, I just have, it says pennies, 1 cent. So right off the bat, that's a way that you can take this activity and make it harder or easier. You can add up your coins to make a certain amount, or you can just sort your coins by type. So if I were to take my pennies, I'm going to see how many pennies I can pick up with one hand. So I'm going to pick them up with my pointer finger and my thumb, and I'm going to use my fingers and muscles to move those into my hand without using my other hand to help. So picking up our coins and putting them into our hand. That's that good in-hand manipulation skill. And we're also working on kind of the arches of our hand, or being able to support an amount of items in our hand successfully and effectively. So I'm going to pick up all my pennies out of this pile, or most of them, as many as my hand can hold. And then I'm going to kind of move the coins using my thumb and my other fingers back to my pointer finger and my thumb so that I can put them where they go in the tray. So I want to get 1 penny at a time. I don't want to put all of them in there. I want to put 1 penny in at a time. So you can see I'm using kind of my thumb and my other fingers to help move those pennies up to the front, out of my palm and up to the front. There we go. Because if we just take them and we just dump them, we're not really getting to work on those fine motor skills as well. Okay, so you can put them directly into the muffin tin. So then this one, it says 85 cents. So then I have to go and I have to pick out which coins are going to add up to 85 cents. So I can count them up as I go along. 25, 50, 75, 85. Or you could do the same thing where you pick up all those coins at once, putting them in our hand, and then slowly putting 1 coin at a time back into the muffin tin until we get up to 85 cents. Something else, if we go back to sorting coins by type, so if I had pennies, dimes, nickels, quarters, I could grab just a whole handful. This would be a much more challenging activity. I could grab a whole handful of coins, and then I'm going to look and I'm going to sort them by one at a time. So then we have to pay attention to what coin we have in our hand or in our fingers at that time. So if this were nickels, if I put it in here, nickels. This one is, oh, see, I dropped it, a dime. Here's a penny. Here's a nickel. Here's a penny. So that's going to be a little bit more complex of a sorting activity. A little bit harder. Okay, so that's a great way to use your muffin tin. If you want a simpler activity, even more simple, just practicing those skills, you can get a whole handful of coins, all different sizes. It doesn't really matter at this point for this particular one. But again, working on using one hand to move those coins and drop them into the container one at a time. So not And try and focus on getting it in between that index or pointer finger and the thumb to get it into the container. Sometimes you'll need to kind of rotate maybe your hand to let gravity kind of help you manipulate or move the coins, but they can go into the container just like that. One more activity that I'm going to show you, I'm going to include a picture of it, is you can also, matching coins, like on a piece of paper. So if you take a picture of a bunch of coins laid out on a piece of paper, and then you go to print that picture at the scale that it is, or if you have a scanner at home to be able to do that, then you can match the coins to where they go on the paper. One last activity you can try that's really simple is setting a timer, maybe for like a minute, and then seeing how many coins you can flip over in that minute. So let's say we start all these over on tails, and we're going to see, let's do 10. In a minute, how many can I flip over all these coins in less than a minute? And again, only trying to use one hand. So really working on those fine motor skills of picking those coins up and turning them over. Okay, so some great ways that you can work on those fine motor skills just with things that you have around the house.